From me, Hrishi Kay, everybody who's watching and listening, the mother and daughter duo are back. It's bigger, brighter, better. Masaba Masaba season 2 starts streaming on the 29th. Great to see you. How are you?
Always happy to see you.
I am so nervous always before any of my project comes out. Yeah.
You know why I say brighter, better is because there's so much more of Neena ji in this particular season.
Really, you felt so? I thought there was lesser.
I felt there's more meat. I mean, it's really the mother and daughter together. I mean, you have so much screen space, both of you. So your fans are going to be happy. Masaba's fans will be happy. Everybody's going to be happy. I'm going to start with the issues of it. The beauty of Masaba Masaba is there's fun, there's entertainment, there's masti, but usi mein there are certain home truths that drive home. And to me, the fact that you've taken mental health as a very important issue. I don't want to give out spoilers, but one of your very close friends in the series has a mental health issue, and how friends stand up for each other. How people, when they're going through certain forms of depression, you should look for certain signs. And that must have really appealed to you when Sonam sent you the script. Because I really appreciated that. Masaba.
You know, actually, that was something that I suggested in this season, because I think I kept asking the writers, what is the arc of somebody like Dhairya, or what is the arc of somebody like Ritasha's character? Where do they go? Or someone like my PA in the show, Nayan, you know, what is their arc? So she's going through this arranged marriage situation, constantly disappointed. Then you also have somebody like, you know, I don't want to give out a spoiler, but I just feel like we somehow believe that if a girl is chirpy and happy and just going about her day, she's absolutely fine. And I think we wanted to sort of bring that message to the front, that people can be masking their pain, their grief, their unexplained sadness under all of these things, you know. So I think that's something that I wanted to bring to attention, that what can you do as a friend when a friend needs help? You know, I don't think people are always in a frame of mind to take advice. Sometimes they just want to be left alone. But then you worry for them, right? You worry about what they'll do if they're left alone. So I think I said that if you have a bright, chirpy character, what are the layers that she can have? So that was something that I knew we had to do more of. I wanted to do more of it, but we'll save that for perhaps another season.
Neena ji, I love that everything is so real. I mean, apart from the two of you playing each other, situations. I want to know if Sonam or the writers came and actually sat with you with a dictaphone. होता है ना कभी-कभी biography, autobiographies में people say, start talking about your life, I'll record it. And did that happen in the writing process?
They sat with us, not with a dictaphone, but they sat, writers and Sonam, and both of us, we sat. Like this one track which is there, actually half of the things actually happened to me. For example, like when I wanted to make Saas 2, I went around everywhere. I even made a pilot with the money from the channel, and they rejected it. So, because they wanted something, whatever the reason. So, and then even personal life, we told them a lot of things, lot of incidents. We used to keep telling them. Or we have a group, we used to keep writing to them, so that anything they want from there, they can use. So we told them, even in the first season, a lot of our stuff.
I think until we go and film, there's changes happening. Because I'm like, oh, but you know, I know this one story about this girl, it's inspiring, let's put it in there. Or my assistant is going through something, somebody I know is going through something, let's throw it in there, it'll help people, you know, so there's always changes.
I love also that the world of fashion, which is often looked at Masaba as, ye log kya karte hain?
Frivolous.
They put frivolous, kapde, parties, this, that. Your character or you go through a particular situation where you give an untold joy to somebody who, you know, is very body conscious. And I'm very body conscious. So I really identified with that. And I said, if somebody were to just tell me, wow, I'm looking nice in something, how it makes me feel. Is that really one of the reasons you got into fashion in the first place? I want to know that.
Yeah, absolutely. And which is why you see that character, you know, in the Kashmir sequence, you see Mini Masaba also look in the mirror and tell Mehak, you look great, you know. So I think for me, it was more a childhood memory, a memory in my teenage years where I wasn't really good and confident about my body. And I just feel like I didn't have a mentor or anybody to look up to and say, you know what, this person gives me the confidence to just be myself. And I think I just wanted to be that for girls because, you know, that's all you need. Somebody to tell you that, listen, it starts off like this, but it always gets better, you know. And I think when I got into fashion, I'll tell you that at that time, 12 years back, runway shows were only showing bridal outfits. Everything was about brides and bridal wear. And they were only showing you stick thin models. And there was no space for anybody else, you know. I think today that's changed a lot. I think the idea that a runway can no longer intimidate an audience, but in fact inspire them. That was my whole reason for getting into fashion. I don't want to intimidate people with the work I do. I want them to be inspired and feel like they want to wear it, no matter what shape, size they are. And I genuinely mean this. I think a lot of brands, a lot of people do it just for the sake of it, but I've been there. I have been 15 kgs heavier. I have gone through days where I just did not want to look in the mirror. And I didn't think fashion was for me. To now where I feel like you can rock anything you wear, any size, I think.
Good on you, Sonam, to bring that up. I mean, it means a lot for people like me or the millions of people like us who are extremely body conscious and you all check themselves out in the mirror. So wonderful.
Thank you.
You know, I tell you each time I meet you, the last 3 times was on Zoom. वो बात नहीं है.
नहीं आती, मजा नहीं आता.
And 3-4 times I've met her on Zoom and now I'm meeting her face to face. I'm giving her a hug, but I have to say the same thing again. You are such a marvelous actress. I mean, if there's a list of the top 10 actors ever produced out of India, male or female, you have to be in that top 10 list.
Wow.
I mean, it's so wonderful to watch you, but it's very difficult for your co-actors. Because what can a guy like Neil Bhoopalam said himself? I mean, he's Neena Gupta, boss. I mean, how do you match up? But I was very surprised to see that Ram ne kaate ki takkar di aapko.
Oh, wow.
Ram was so good.
He's a badmash. He's a, sorry to use my French, but harami.
But उसको इतना cute हरामी है वो.
Cute harami.
He's a cute हरामी. I think somewhere they printed also. I said actually on the set वो उसका जब last shot हुआ ना मेरे साथ छोटे हम दोनों का छोटा सा track था तो मैंने कहा ले अब तो मजा ही नहीं आएगा शूटिंग करने का मेरे मुंह से अपने आप निकला because he's so much fun and in that fun he performs. He's amazing. And also one very important thing I should say now that everybody knows. मैंने कहा था जब रिलीज होगा तो मैं बोलूँगी that I want to really thank Ram Kapoor that he agreed to work kind of opposite me, with me, in spite of being younger than me. Because even guys older than me, actors, don't want to work with me. They want to work with younger people. So it's a very big thing for me that Ram agreed.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's another home truth. In the series, there's a line where she says, "वो तो मेरे से 2 साल I mean, we're an ageist industry. I mean, it's unfortunate, but
But it is everywhere, not our industry. It is everywhere in Samaj also.
It's right.
Not globally. Globally, they're very open.
No.
World cinema, they're fairly open.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
if you
but
look
still-
at Meryl Streep and Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, they still have jobs.
Yeah, that's
Great
true.
jobs.
Yeah, yeah.
No, guys
Like I said,
always
it's
have.
changing.
It's changing.
Neena Gupta has more and more jobs.
Correct.
You know, you look at
Busiest actor in town.
yeah, busiest actor in town. So Neil Bhoopalam has a very, very big complaint against you कि आप जाके कश्मीर घूम के आ गई हैं. He's stuck in Bombay.
Yeah.
But it's amazing because, you know, we don't get to go to Kashmir as much as we get to do. And you went to the Dal, you know, you took
Yes.
a Shikara ride.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
Kashmir is known as paradise on earth. Tell me about that. That must have been a fun schedule.
Oh, it was great fun. 11 days of just soaking it all in. Tough schedule, but the funniest thing is that every day these crowds used to gather because Amir Khan was shooting Lal Singh Chadda also somewhere around there. So everyone thought it's Amir. Turns out it's me. So it was a bit of a rude shock to them, but no, it was great fun. And I think in Kashmir we also had some of our best scenes. On the bridge where I'm confronting not Dhairya but Fateh. And also that scene, which is one of my favorites from this season, is where Barkha's character and I are just having a chat before she's about to get married. And she says, I'm not naive, Masaba. I know exactly what my to-be husband is made of or what lies ahead of me, but I don't want to stop dreaming of the future because I'm scared of the present.
Wow.
And I thought that was such a powerful scene because we just think that
And it happens to girls.
happens to girls, especially when you're getting married, you're like, तुझे पता नहीं है वो कैसा है, somebody will come and tell you something. ठीक है, I've made a choice. Let's see what the future holds. So I think we had our best moments in Kashmir, and you'll see it's looking quite nice.
मुझे भी नहीं लगे थे.
Good. You should be part of the complaint list to solve it next season, boss.
Next
नहीं
season,
करो.
नहीं हम बाहर जाएंगे ना.
1 second, we were
टर्की
supposed to
जाएंगे.
be in Turkey,
हाँ.
and then
That'll be
COVID
nice.
happened. COVID
The
happened.
mother and daughter in the Mediterranean something cruise kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wonderful. The
Maybe
world
we'll
is
go to the
ours.
Caribbean.
अब बहुत दूर
That's an
है.
idea.
और दूर है she
You know,
said.
the writing, what I love, I mean, I told you outside that we don't want to name famous directors, but, two directors who dress alike, look alike. It just made me laugh. I was touching myself.
While I was acting, I used to keep laughing. It is so funny.
And that little thing that goes.
That thing is so nice.
So the comedy in the script, I think, it's gone up one level and it's very subtle kind of comedy. Do you improvise on the lines or do you just stick to the script? Because it's
No, we improvise and Sonam is very good with
Yeah.
that. वो तो खुद ही उसको तो एक हंसी का फवारा छूट जाता है. वो खुद ही हंस पड़ती है. शॉर्ट के एकदम मतलब रुका ही नहीं जाता है. She'll laugh. No, she's very open. And because she's open, we also are encouraged to, think more. And if we have any ideas, we tell her.
And is it true that Masaba's label started in your living room and you did the accounts for her?
Yeah.
There's a line
For
in
quite
there.
many years.
Yeah.
How good is your mother's accounting skills?
Very poor, my God.
But,
Mama,
but,
Abhi, it would have duboed if you
no. But the fact is, we still made profit.
You
अब
keep
आप
it lean.
इतने बड़े हैं, इतना तामझाम, बड़ी दुकानें, बड़ा ये, मैं उस वक्त ज़्यादा, for SARS, I used to get 1,000 rupees per episode. There were 4 episodes
Wow.
in a month, 4 or 5, depending on the month. And I have never made that much money and saved that much money, which I did in SARS.
Wow.
उसके बाद मुझे कितने उससे मतलब 100 गुना ज्यादा पैसे मिलते हैं, फिर भी उतनी बचत नहीं होती है. Same with your label. We always made money. क्योंकि हमने लगाया
You also make money now, Mom.
No, I'm saying
हाँ.
तुम तो अब इतना लगाना पड़ता है ना, tension.
No, of course.
Yeah, but I think the pandemic taught you, and I remember you telling me also, saying that, the pandemic taught us to be a little lean.
Yeah.
पता नहीं क्या होने वाला है कल.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't go for these extravagant, spaces. And,
Absolutely.
things
And I
like
think
that.
the pandemic largely taught me that you can't run your business for the sake of vanity.
Yeah.
It's not a dinner table conversation that you boast about. Businesses have ups and downs. They have their glory moments, they have their bad moments, and you have to take it all on your chin.
No, she was. I am very proud of her because मैं तो pandemic में इसमें तो मैंने तो हाथ पैर मेरे वो हो गए थे ठंडे. I said बंद कर because we had to pay everybody and there was nothing coming. But she stuck to it.
Yeah.
She stuck to it. अरे lot of people told her बंद कर. My husband told her नहीं बंद कर.
I was given a date that my business was shut on a specific date.
Yeah. वो लगी रही. मैं सोचती थी ये क्या है, पागल लड़की है, क्यों लगी रही? तो लगी रही तो हो गया.
The fact is, here's your mother, is a Harfan Maula at one end of the spectrum. And the other is Neil, whose background in the theatre is very serious. Huh? I mean, I've gone to Prithvi and seen some of his plays. And you're such a natural. I want to know about any acting training. Did you ever, have you workshopped? She's gone to acting school. For him, theatre has been this thing. Or are you just a total natural?
I'll tell you, I did a workshop before season 1 with this man called Prashant Singh. And I thought I'll walk in and he'd teach me how to do scenes. I didn't know what an acting workshop means. I meditated. For 8 days, he made me meditate. And he made me stare at a point in the wall and he said, just stare at it. That's all I did. I don't think I said more than 5 lines of some random dialogue at the end of my workshop. But he told me, all I'm doing is breaking you open. Once you're broken open and once you're calm, you can do any role, anything in the world. And once you're grounded, So I think, and I somehow find being on a set, being in this atmosphere, I find it meditative. I'm at my best.
Wow.
And most relaxed in front of multiple cameras.
So ये सब कराते थे Alkazi साहब and all your gurus, breath control and all that. These all new techniques must be, और क्या?
नहीं देखो सच कहूँ तो कोई टेक्निक कुछ नहीं है एक्टिंग मीन्स 2 things वेरी सिंपल जो सबसे मुश्किल है एक तो आप जो कह रहे हो उसको मीन करो वो मुझे सुभाष घई जी ने कहा था चोली के पीछे क्या है तो मीन करो सिर्फ गाओ नहीं सो अगर मैं मसाबा को कोई डायलॉग कह रही हूँ आई शुड मीन 1 इट्स नंबर 2 लिसन टू द अदर एक्टर्स डायलॉग्स इतना सिंपल है रिएक्शन मतलब उसका भी सुनो अपना मीन करो मोस्ट ऑफ टाइम यही नहीं होता वो कह रही है ना मेडिटेशन क्योंकि आपका इट्स लाइक आप एक नॉवल पढ़ रहे हैं किताब पढ़ रहे हैं कई बार आप पूरा पेज पढ़ लोगे एक लाइन पर आपने नहीं पढ़ा बिकॉज यू आर थिंकिंग ऑफ समथिंग एल्स या इट्स द सेम थिंग
फोकस
इतना मैंने एक्टिंग कर चुकी हूँ कि अब मैं एवरेज कर सकती हूँ विदाउट मीनिंग इट
So you're not discouraging people के NSD FTI मत जाओ. You're saying जिसको जाना है जाए. But there are people like her who have the present moment awareness to be actors because like I said, she's matching up to Neil Bhoopalam. To
I
you,
was surprised in the first season. I was very surprised.
Lovely, fantastic.
Yeah.
There are these wonderful moments, and this time you have 2 good-looking men.
Yes.
Arman who plays Fateh,
Arman,
and of course Neil is back again.
Yeah.
And there's this particular scene where you confront Fateh, because he's trying to get fresh with you.
Yeah.
And you do it in a very still, calm manner, which is very difficult for an actor to achieve because normally क्या होता है ना कि histrionic ability आ जाती है, voice को raise कर देते हैं, ये करते हैं,
चिल्लाओ, मारो पीटो.
So did you have to work a lot on that scene? I mean, did Sonam give you direction or was it just you the way you did it?
The beauty of Sonam is that she, in very few words, can explain to you exactly what you have to do. And I was saying this earlier today as well, that she doesn't tire you out as an actor. Some people tire actors out by just giving brief after brief after brief, which could have just not been given. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I just think that she said that, listen, he comes to your room and so happens. And how would you react? So I said, I'll just talk to him. It's late in the night, and I'll talk to him, and I'll tell him. In the end, I'll be like, in my own calm way, that you're a fuckboy, and she deserves better, and so do I. I don't think we spoke about how to do that scene, but I think when I read it, there was no question of doing it in a loud manner. Because I think impact is when you're calm. Maximum
Fantastic.
impact is when
Actually, common sense की बात है ये acting.
if you don't have common
लग ही
sense.
रहा है मुझे.
Common sense है कि जो कह रहे हो वो कह लो ना सही बात सही तरह से.
I want to spend a moment on Kusha Kapila. She's an internet sensation.
Oof.
And she's done such a wonderful job as this pregnant publicist. I'd like you to comment on her, Neena ji. I think that'll be a nice way to wrap up this interview.
आपने देखा है कुछ? नहीं.
All her scenes are with you. Correct. Yeah.
मेरे साथ है नहीं
So talk to me about Kusha. I mean, she's really done such a great job.
She brings great energy, one, to a set. Secondly, she was just like, it was like hanging with a friend, and I actually started seeing her as this irritating publicist, Nicole. That's how convincing she was. Where I was like, in that scene where she says, Wendell sir has passed away, would you like to post? And I said, this is personal. She was like literally like on shark. But great energy, was very excited to be on set, and I think she's nailed it. She's also, by the way, I think anyone who can imitate people well can be a great actor.
No, no, no. No, no, no.
Mimicry and acting. ये और एक
Mimicry,
discussion.
Hey,
arey.
got discussion.
I know so many good mimics who are very, very, very bad actors.
29th, it streams Masaba Masaba season 2 on Netflix. Masaba and Neena ji at their absolute best. I highly advocate you watch it. Thank you.
Thank you.